The 24th annual Christmas at the Cathedral, That's My God, a special video production featuring inspiring stories of Christmas hope, along with highlights from past Christmas at the Cathedral concerts, will be aired on Kelloland Television on Christmas night from 6:30 to 8 p.m. For an opportunity to view this beautiful production on demand, visit the Catholic Community Foundation website, ccfesd.org. Christmas at the Cathedral 2020. Don't miss this inspiring Christmas experience.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. They have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, you can call 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com. Mic check 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2. One two one two 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Dan Johnson's mic 1 2 1 2. One two one two 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. Welcome back to the night's game. I'll do my countdown. I forgot I should actually play it live. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the night's game. I'll do my countdown. I forgot I should actually play it live. 3, 2, 1.
A little too much mustard on that.
Eye on the outside.
got her tonsils out Wednesday, so
Oh.
she's not doing so good right
Did you send her? You send her some stuff?
I got a card for her. I might see her tomorrow, so I don't know. Yeah, Canyon, the scores table.
Did you pay today?
I'm pretty sure they did. I think pretty good.
$20 again. What's that?
I think it's more than I could be wrong. Maybe it's 20%. There's a guy here, I'm like, is that Canyon? I'm like, yeah, I think it is. But you'd be on break for STSU, I'm guessing. So. The sophomore coach for Watertown, he was the peer girls coach the last like 7 years. Scott DeBoer.
He was here to come here.
I think he's originally from Watertown. I mean, it's a, kind of a step now. You go from girls head coach to boys.
Staying out of trouble, Kyle?
Hey, I'm trying to.
Where you from?
Trying to do that.
I gotta find the chair.
Is your son on the freshman team?
What's that? Yeah, he's also here, 33.
Oh, okay. Did he have 13 points in the freshman game? Cool. I saw the tweet. I figured it was.
Sure.
So he takes after mom?
Absolutely.
Make sure you tell her I said that. Good for him. Watch them freshmen, all of a sudden, here they are seniors the last 2 years. I've been like, watch them develop and grow. It's fun to see them grow up and play. Get in there. You've got a weird
Man, the push shot.
do a prayer live.
Actually, I have Father Paul for the prayer today since he was in the Watertown connection.
encore coming there. We got this one coming there. This is me. Push my dad over a little bit.
That's Steph Curry out there. Did you print out a copy of these?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here, tonight, I'm leaving Tuesday morning. So if you get here Monday night, I can print it out.
Okay.
And then Thursday too, if you get a Wednesday night, I can print it at the hotel Thursday morning.
Okay. I'm trying to reserve us. Do you think we have to go up and
I love being on the floor to do voting. I like that, but wherever they put it.
Right.
It's a home game for us.
Yeah.
has 2 games. The Aberdeen Central's here Friday night the 5th.
Okay.
And then they play the Classic the next day. Yeah. Boys game.
So you think Peter will?
Still asking, but I think you put some money on it.
Based on part-time and all that. Typically, classified or certified from the team is 0.8 or higher. We look at that in 0.7. We look at using the 0.7 range and then go up.
Just tell me to get out of the way when you need me to.
You're fine.
Well, that could happen.
I don't know where Isaac's doing the question.
Excuse me, but you do dang.
Oh, thank you.
The clarity, I'm like going, girl,
You know what? No, you know what's funny is I've not been happy with them. And so I reached out to this guy in Harrisburg, and he's a Harrisburg parent, but he's an IT guy. And he also takes pictures at NCAA events. So I messaged him after the Yankton game, and I'm like, this is what I'm shooting. We have the same camera. I'm like, why are yours so perfect? Because I follow him. So he told me what settings to do, and they're way better today. Way better. I'm kind of excited.
Another guy, if you ever want to talk to, he's Catholic, belongs to St. Lambert's, is Mike Brown.
Okay.
He's got a photography company. He does a lot of the pictures for the diocese, contracts out.
Okay.
Great guy, great photographer.
Mike Brown. Okay.
Mike Brown, MG. I gotta think what his
I'll find it somehow. I'm pretty good. Find it.
He worked at Kello for years, and his wife's a retired teacher, and belongs to St. Lambert's, but he does a lot of freelance.
That's cool.
So if you ever want some pointers, talk to him.
Well, that's what I end up doing is I just ask people. Like, I asked the Irish leader girl.
Way back in the 70s, I shot a lot of pictures, so it was all black and white. I had no dark room.
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, I do a lot of things. I know it's visual, so it's all...
Yeah. More fun when you know who you're taking pictures of.
Welcome back to the Knights game. I'll do my countdown. I forgot. I should actually play it live. 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to a special presentation from the Real Presence Radio Network. On Real Presence Radio, welcome to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank Premier Bank Card and Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal.
Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to Real Presence Radio on a beautiful Saturday afternoon as the O'Gorman Knights take on the Watertown Arrows this afternoon in boys basketball. I'm Dan Johnson, Real Presence Radio. The matchup today, the Watertown Arrows, they come into town 2-1, and the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights are 2-2 on the season. Both of these teams concluded the 2020 with losses, with Watertown losing on the 18th of December to Harrisburg, 46-38. And the Gorman lost a tough one here on the 22nd at home against Matt Moore's and the Yankton Bucks, 47-45. Where Gorman's looking to get a better start today against Watertown than they did against Yankton. The Knights scored only 9 first-half points and made only 3 field goals in that versus the Bucks. Now I'm joined by the voice of the Knights, Isaac Struck. Isaac, I got some questions for you here. Okay. The biggest issue for Gorman, that first half that came out, your opinion, was it the Yankton defense or the Gorman offense?
Well, I think it was our offense. We were just settling for too many jumpers that were far away, and obviously when those aren't falling, you got to be able to take it to the basket. But by the time we had realized that our shots weren't really falling, they were clogging up the middle with guys like Moores. Even Michael Moores, the younger one, was able to clog up that paint a little bit. But it was tough to get going, and then when you're out of a rhythm offensively, when you're just inserting new guys and it's your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn on the three-pointers. In the first half, I have the stats here. We shot 1 of 14 from the three-point line in the first half that game. So when you're taking 14 threes and missing 13 of them, you obviously got to shake it up a little bit. And they were having a tough time doing that. So I think it was just our offense, kind of the shot taking and the shot making just was not adequate enough to beat the Yankton Bucks.
Okay, that was first half. Second half, the Knights came out on fire. Ben Renshaw comes out and puts up 4 threes. David Elpers, 9 points in the third quarter. What difference you saw from the Knights in the first half to the second half, and how important was Renshaw and Elpers in that comeback? And they just about got the win.
Yeah, it was really important. And what we saw early on in that third quarter was it was Alpers doing the work inside. They were playing inside-out basketball. They were getting inside, and they were using the points that they were able to create inside of the paint to open up the outside. It wasn't just passing it around the perimeter. It was hitting a post touch, and then the post would kick it out for a 3. That's when Renshaw was starting to get hot. He was able to stretch the floor because they were a little bit more worried about the inside down low presence from Alpers, that they were able to kind of stretch the floor and kind of get them to suck into the paint more and open up those 3-point opportunities.
But look at Matt Moores, though. We held him to 10 points, correct?
Yes.
Or was it 12?
I think it was 12.
12. But still, here's a guy that's averaging double figures. And now you have to admit, the last couple years he's been up here playing, we've played him pretty well on defense. We've kind of held him. And he had an off night.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was tough for him. We were not giving him any easy looks. We threw a bunch of different guys at him. They played really well. He was just struggling. I think he was 0 of 6 from the 3-point line. So he wasn't able to hit the outside shots. And then when he came inside, he was getting fouled a lot. Now, he did go to the line and make us pay a couple of times, but we were doing a really good job of moving our feet with him and getting a hand up to contest his shots.
Cale Gorman's, been dealing with injuries all season long. So tonight will be the 5th starting lineup in the Knights in 5 games, which we've seen that before in previous years. But, we're still getting the sync. You've got to get that to mesh, and that's where the guys are coming together. Good news for the Knights today. We're making a season debut. Here's a name you're going to recognize. He's 6'5". He's a junior post player. John Costello, his younger brother of the legend. What a great player here, JP. And I tell you what, and if he plays anything like his brother, he is going to be phenomenal. So he's back. So what does John bring to the table now? He's missed 5 games, hasn't played all year. He's finally healthy now. And what's he going to come in? I don't know to put pressure on him, but yes, there is.
It's funny that you say that about his older brother, and he mirrors
your teammate.
He mirrors a lot of JP. You see a lot of JP in him. He's able to knock down those elbow jumpers, kind of stretch the floor a little bit. He's got a set shot as most post players do, but he's able to get it a quick release. He gets it in his hands, and that thing's out of there quickly, and he's able to use some nice post moves down low. I'd like to see him be a little bit maybe more aggressive than I've seen in years past, because he's the age of my brother. I've kind of seen him play all throughout. I'd like to see him be a little more aggressive down low on the boards, but he's going to be a tremendous defender who will keep people in front of him. He'll be able to get a hand up and contest shots, and he'll also have nice post moves, but be able to stretch that floor offensively and knock down a couple jumpers.
Well, JP's going to critique him and say, okay, here's what you got to do. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah,
you do
absolutely.
that to your brother, don't you?
Of course I do.
Well, of course. That's what I mean. So Watertown comes in today. The first 3 games will be decided by 10 points or less, getting wins versus Lincoln and Pierre. And they lost to Harrisburg. Dawson Schmidt is a lone returning starter from last year's team, and he's off to a great start, averaging 17 points a game. That's the guy we got to shut down. 8 rebounds by shooting 10 for 20 on threes. Drew Norberger is a player to watch for the Arrows' leading scorer at 18 points a game, and he hit the game-winning shot versus the Pierre Governors back on the 12th of December. They play 5 guards all at once, and the tallest rotation player is 6'3". So, Isaac, the big challenge tonight will be O'Gorman and their big guys. How can they guard them 5 guys on offense?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what we do. We've definitely got the size advantage on them, but now is that going to be a problem if we can't play in front of them on defense? Are they going to be able to stretch the floor and knock down some perimeter shots while our guys are kind of sitting down low? You never know. And it's going to be interesting to see those first couple of minutes of the ball game to kind of see what the tempo is looking like. But I really think that tonight offensively we got to work the post, play inside out, and make sure that we're at least keeping them in front of us and not letting them just drive around the perimeter and dish it out for open threes.
But for their standpoint, playing 5 guards,
that's honest.
How are they going to maintain the paint?
Well, I think we're going to see either they could throw in some zone defense, try to just give us different looks, but I think you're going to see really active hands. There's going to be people flying all over. They're going to try to poke every ball out as they can. They're going to double team the post, try to sink, and they're basically, I think what they'll probably do is they'll sink, if it gets dropped in the post, they'll sink that backside guy, and they're going to try to make O'Gorman beat them by finding the open man. And it's kind of been a struggle sometimes this year for O'Gorman finding that open guy at the right time, but I think this is a great chance to get going in a flow offensively for the Knights after kind of a lull the last time they played. They've had a longer break. I think that we're going to see some good offense today from the Knights.
And Watertown's a good team. I mean, they were last year. They're phenomenal and continue on. So.
And they beat Lincoln this year earlier on as well. And Lincoln's a good team too. So there's a lot of talent on this Watertown team that you can't overlook.
So last week we played on the 22nd. We talked about the Christmas break. Watertown's last game was over 2 weeks ago. So now we got the extended break. How is that going to affect these guys getting back in the sync? Because you remember that when you were here played for the Knights. How's that come back? You haven't played a game. You had practice. We had 5-6 days. You couldn't have any contact with the coaches. The state says hands off. Now they come back. So that first game, there's going to be a lot of.
It's going to be a little bit sloppy to start. This is the first time you're going to get up and down the floor against someone other than the opponents in practice that you already know. I mean, you develop tendencies, and people in practice, you kind of know your own teammates and what they're looking to do. So it might be easier to be in sync with them or guard them, however it may be. Now you're guarding 5 new guys that you haven't seen in over 2 weeks since the last time you played. So it's going to be difficult to get up and down the floor and transition. We'll probably see some guys a little bit gassed or winded and need a little breather earlier on, depending on how much they ate on Christmas and Christmas Eve. That'll be a big factor. It depends. There's a lot of factors that a lot of people don't think about.
Well, and I was just going to bring that up because if they ate a lot of extra sweets like I did, they're not going to be very well winded. So that's to me that's the key factor. Like you said, well, see, to me that first, like you said, 2-3 minutes of the game, are both teams going to be out of sync, sloppy. We're going to have some turnovers and everything. So how's that going to go? So that's where it's going to be a fun game.
So Gorman, the last time these two teams met was back in the Sodak 16 game on March 7th. Seems like an eternity ago. The Knights won that one 77-58 to punch their ticket to the state tournament that was ultimately canceled later on in that season. The Knights made 10 first-half threes in that one, and they were led by Zach Norton, who had a career-high 28 points. Jack Cartwright added 19 of his own, and the Arrows were led by Evan Falconer, who had 21 points as well. Gorman also won that game last year at Watertown to open up the season in a 2-point ball game, 47-45, back on December 14th. So Gorman leads this series 31-21. This will be the 53rd meeting all time, and it's going to shape up to be another tremendous battle between these two teams. So now, before we get going on with our broadcast, we're going to get a couple of things going from around the state with a scoreboard update. Dan, can you let us know some games going on today?
Okay, the AA boys at 5 o'clock, Grand Forks River, North Dakota will be playing Aberdeen Central up there. Aberdeen Central is 3-0 off to a big start. 7 o'clock tonight, you got the 0-4 Tigers of Huron are coming to town to take on the number 2 Rough Riders of Roosevelt. 7:30, Spearfish also 0-4. They travel down to Hot Springs. Sturgis Brown is at Lead Deadwood tonight. Rapid City Central plays Rapid City Stevens. Big game in Rapid City. And Douglas, 1-2, makes a big trip across the state, plays number 5 Harrisburg. Harrisburg's 4-0. A little bit earlier today, the freshman A team, they won 48-45. Hayden Gross led the A team with 13 points. They pick up their first win. The JV this afternoon won 59-56. Young man by the name of Struck got 15 points, led that. They're on their 4th straight win. Nice. Got to get a plug for your brother, right?
Absolutely.
You taught him well. And the freshman B, they won by 9, 47-38. And we're just wrapping up the sophomore game, and right now the Knights are ahead, 71-52. So it looks like we got a sweep going on so far. And then AA girls, you got Douglas at Harrisburg, Mitchell's at Brandon Valley, Aberdeen Central's at Grand Forks River. Watertown girls are They go to Pier tonight, and Abbott Central and Stevens play. Spearfish is at Hot Springs, Sturgis Brown at Lee Deadwood, and Roosevelt Rough Riders, they travel to Huron in girls tonight. So that's your scoreboard update. We'll have updates. We're the only afternoon game, so stay tuned. We're back at it, folks. It's here to March for the state tournament.
Coming up on the other side of the break, Brett Byler talked with Watertown coach Zach Vivek to find out the keys to success for the Arrows today against O'Gorman. Stay tuned. You're listening to Real Presence Radio Network.
At First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, we believe the greatest investment we can make is in our customers and communities. Thanks to our industry-leading service, products, and tools, we're helping our customers reach their financial goals and achieve success. Through the generosity of our employees and leadership, we're able to support nearly 700 South Dakota organizations and nonprofits with our time, money, and resources. At Premier, we're always seeking ways to make an impact for good by investing in what matters most to you. It's the Premier way.
Catholic Family Services is here for you, regardless of age, faith, or ethnic origin. They provide services throughout eastern South Dakota, including mental health counseling for adults and children, grief therapy for individuals or groups, a divorce support group, and a grief camp for children. They also now offer online counseling through telehealth therapy. For more information or to make an appointment with Catholic Family Services, you can call 800-700-7867 or go to sfcatholic.org/CFS.
Welcome back to the Knights Game Day Show, brought to you by First Premier Bank Card, and Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal. I'm now joined by Watertown boys basketball coach Zach Weavick. Coach, your team is 2-1 on the young season. Overall, kind of what are you been most impressed with so far with your team's play through the first 3 ball games?
You kind of said it with the young season. You're just trying to get, we're playing a lot of guys here early. We've kind of had like a 10-man rotation, and we're young too. We only have 3 seniors out, and a lot of kids at the beginning of the year were playing their first varsity minutes, and so you just want to see kind of where that takes you. You give a lot of guys opportunities, and you start to kind of create some depth. And so most happy, I guess, with how guys have responded to that. Finding some success, and then just where our growth is. We've been pretty decent defensively. Obviously, still a long ways to go at this stage of the year, but kind of where we are to start the year is kind of a good sign defensively, and then offensively, just kind of getting into a rhythm as we continue to go. Just kind of finding our roles and finding our niches offensively. We're starting to get there, and now with this long practice time over Christmas break, it'll be good to get another game under our belt right now, just to kind of see where we're all at.
Coach Dawson Schmidt, your lone returning starter from last year's team. He's off to a really good start, actually about 18 points, 8 rebounds, shooting the ball really well. Can you talk about his role this year compared to last year and what you're looking for him?
Yeah, last year our team, we just had a lot of guys who could shoot the ball, and we were dangerous that way, where we weren't big, but we had a lot of guys that could shoot it. Dawson was one of those guys that we weren't really probably looking to hit for him to shoot it a whole lot last year, and more was his role was to create for others. And now this year, that was going to be totally different. He still needs to create, but he also has to create for himself. He was going to have to be a scorer for us, and that's been really nice here early. Him not only creating for himself, but scoring the basketball well as well. And shooting the ball from the perimeter has been much improved. He spent a lot of time this summer working on that, and it's nice to see that pay off here. But he's our leader offensively. He does a lot of good things for us, and it's been good to see it kind of pay off this year.
Coach, your team's last game was December 18th, so about over 2 weeks ago. Does that layoff concern you at all going into today's ball game?
It always does. I think when you have that type of break, and that's just kind of the weird thing about South Dakota basketball. You get the rush of kind of those first 2 weeks of trying to get everything in for those first couple games, and then you take that break, and especially this year how the moratorium fell. We took about a week off, with Christmas and all that, and so, just talking to Coach Roby too, the nice thing is we got a lot of practice time out of it, and sometimes that can be good, sometimes it can be bad, but as I mentioned earlier, we need to play. We need to kind of see where we're at. We need to get a game under our belt again, and we enjoyed the last 5 days of practice, because after this we won't really have a stretch of practice time like this, the rest of the year, where we get a good solid 5 days of practice, and so just hoping to see that we see some things correlate from this week.
Now today, Coach, you play Sioux Falls O'Gorman. The Knights are 2-2 in the young season. What are the biggest challenges you see Coach Roby's team presenting to your squad today?
Coach Roby again does a really, really good job with those guys. He's he's playing a lot of guys like we are too. And you see the one thing that is really glaring to me on film is they run all these bigs out and 6'5", 6'6", but they all play so dang hard. They go to the offensive glass really, really hard, and they just do a really good job of scoring around the rim. And obviously we're undersized, and so that's always one thing that you look at of how you handle, especially the offensive glass, keeping teams off of it, and also defensively trying to keep that basketball out of the paint as much as we can. And then they got guys that can shoot it, and that's what makes them when they're really, really clicking. And it's in my memory bank from last year in that Sodak 16 game when they're really, really shooting it, and they got the inside game going as well. I mean, they're unbeatable at that point. And so we just need to do a good job all around, kind of balance things out a little bit.
For your offense tonight, Coach, what are a couple of things they must do to have success?
We got to get the ball moving. Offensively, we've had some times where we just don't get the ball moving side to side, and on the perimeter, it's a lot of stagnant. So we got to get the ball moving a little bit. We got to get some inside out looks too, where we're getting some things at the basket, getting to the free throw line, just to loosen up their defense a little bit. And then, as always, we got to make shots as well.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck today.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
And we'd like to thank Coach Vivek for his time. Don't go away. Brett Byler interviews O'Gorman boys coach Derek Roby. The interview is next on the Knights Game Day Show. You're listening to Knights Basketball on Real Presence Radio Network.
Hello, this is Mark Konzemius, president of the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota. Preparing for the end of life can be overwhelming, even scary. Yet as disciples of Christ, we live in great hope and the reality of God's promise that death is not the end, but a new beginning. The End-of-Life Planning Workbook for Catholics is now available. I encourage you to reach out to one of our Catholic Community Foundation offices or ccfesd.org. May God bless each of us on our journey to heaven.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. They have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, you can call 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
Welcome back to the Knights Game Day Show, brought to you by First Premier Bank Card, and Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal. I'm now joined by O'Gorman boys basketball coach Derek Roby. Coach, we're coming off the Yankton game. We lost 47-45. I'm not for sure what it is with us and Yankton playing close, low-scoring games. And I believe in our 7 years of covering you guys, 9 first-half points might be the lowest point total you've ever had in a half. How much does that credit due to Yankton's defense, and how much is us maybe is playing too timid offensively with the 9 first-half points?
I think you could say a little bit of both. After watching the tape about 10 times, it was pretty evident that we were getting the looks we wanted. We were just really cold, and if any of those go down, we feel pretty good about the position we're in. It was just one of those nights. It was frustrating because I just, here it's our home opener, and you want to put on a show to your fans and show them how we're progressing throughout the year, and we come out that cold. But you know what? The kids rebounded in the second half. We started hitting some shots. Renshaw started lighting them up a little bit, and that helped us get us going. But that just goes to show you, if one of those shots goes in, the whole thing could be turned around.
You mentioned Ben, he had 4 threes in the second half. Also, how big was David Alper's play in the second half?
Both of them have been playing pretty solid. I know Rennie's been banged up, had that high ankle sprain to start the season, and we've been without him for a while, so it's good to slowly get him back in the mix of things. David could literally be in our starting position for us, not to replace Eddie, but just to be in the mix and play the two bigs. But right now we're trying to get him comfortable playing the 4. He's just really doing a solid job on the boards. He's such a coachable young man, and we feel really good about how he's progressed throughout the year.
Coach, it was kind of the opposite of the previous games where offensively in the first 3 games you scored a ton of points, but you also gave up a ton of points. I know defense going to the Yankton game was a concern. You held Yankton to 47 points and really made life miserable for Matthew Morris. How happy were you with your defense's performance against Yankton?
It's funny you mentioned that. I felt good about what we were doing defensively, even though we were down 15 at halftime. But there again, we were so cold the first half. It was totally on me. as far as the defensive stuff we are doing the first half. Like a year ago, we were trying to experiment the best way to get the ball out of Matthew's hands, and we ran a guy at him, and with us only having like a couple days to prepare for it from the Christmas break, obviously, I just didn't do a very good job of getting our guys prepared to do that type of junk defense. When we finally got out of that and just like had David Elpers, for instance, guard him straight up, man, David did a great job on him. He really did. So, we experimented. I thought, if anything, Coach Roby messed that up a little bit. But you know what? We're going to learn as a group and go from there.
Coach, now moving forward, today we have Watertown, a team that we beat last year in 2 different games. And up in Watertown was a defensive struggle, then at O'Gorman is a shootout, and Sodak 16. Obviously new players on both teams. They do return Dawson Schmidt, a starter from last year's squad. They're 2-1 on the season. What are some of the challenges you see that Watertown might present your team today?
Well, it's so early in the season. Everybody's a challenge in certain ways. One of the things Watertown does is, they put 4 or 5 perimeter guys on the floor at the same time, and they can all shoot it. I know, like you alluded to, Brett, the Schmidt kid is kind of their, I don't want to say their go-to because they rely heavily on Norberg as well this year, but, they're both great shooters and great scorers, and you have to find them. Well, they often run a 5-out motion, and they just do a great job, in my opinion, of being very disciplined in their loosed offense, meaning they just let guys go wherever they want to go, a freelance, but they're so disciplined in it. They cut, in basketball terminology, they change speed, change direction. They do a great job of that. So they create problems like that. You have to stay very disciplined fundamentally, defensively, I guess. If we do that, we feel good about it. Something about playing at home. You should feel really good about playing at home. In the last, year and a half, we've been struggling in front of our home crowd, and it's frustrating for me because I know we're better than what we're showing. Even like last year, Brett, we lost 7 times. 6 of them were in this building, and then of course we just lose our home opener in this building. So I'm thinking, what in the heck is going on here? So we have to figure that out, and hopefully we can shoot the ball a little bit better than we did against Yankton.
Coach, and finally, how important will it be for your boys to get off to a good start and see that ball go in the hole early? It feels sometimes like if you make a few shots early, it affects all the other aspects of your game in a positive way.
Oh, absolutely it does. And that's a huge starting point for us, is to get out, get the momentum first, and just get the confidence from our guys, both as individually, get their confidence going that they are the guy we're counting on, as well as a team, that we're doing things right. But, we've had a good week of practice here, trying to keep everything in perspective. We have a tough schedule, obviously. You just have to play one game at a time and let the chips lie where they may at the end of the season to try to get yourself in a postseason run. Things could be worse, but at the same time, you and I both know we could be 4-0, and we're banged up. So keep everything in perspective. Go from there.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck today.
Thanks, Brett.
We'd like to thank Coach Roby for his time, as always.
And tonight's pregame coaches show for the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights has been brought to you by Canfield Business Interiors. Canfield Business Interiors provides product and designs for your workplace. For more information, you can find them online at canfieldco.com. Canfield, making space better. Now, let's get right to it. Keys to victory. Isaac, what do we got to do here to pick up a win for the Knights?
Well, we got to get off to a better start offensively. We need to get those easy baskets early. Only 9 points in the first half on 3 field goals against Yankton. We need to be able to get to the rim. We got a size advantage. Get it in down low. Work our way inside to out. We don't need to play outside to in tonight. Get those points early and get off to a good start.
We got to use our size advantage. You got Eddie, Elpers, Costello. We need to control the paint. There's no doubt about it.
We also got to locate Dawson Schmidt and Drew Norberg at all times. They're combining for about 35 points a game, the two of them, 17 and 18 a game. They're both really good three-point shooters, and they're good off the dribble as well.
Rebound. We got to win that battle. We got the size, with quickness. We got to get that, and don't let Watertown get those second chance points.
We also got to protect home court. We need to win here and win here a lot, because last year we lost 6 games at home last year, and then we just lost the opener to Yankton. So that's 7 games in the last year, and the opener here. We need to take advantage of home court. When you're playing at a place that you practice at every day, you need to be able to, and you got your fans on your side, you need to be able to take care of your home court advantage.
You protect your house.
Absolutely.
And we haven't been done that. So that's where. Okay, now, here we pick one player to have a big game. We picked a click player tonight. I'm going to go with Alpers.
Okay. I'll take Renshaw. I think Renshaw is going to have a good game. He just got his first game back off that injury against Yankton and kind of had an explosive second half. But I really think that he'll get off to an electric start tonight. He'll provide some good scoring, but also he'll be able to push that tempo up and down the floor and find guys inside out. I think he's going to have a really nice game facilitating the basketball, but scoring the basketball as well.
Albert's being 6'6", and he came in the second half of that 9 points against Yankton, and he kind of him and Renshaw got him back in the game. So I'm going with David Alpers. He's 6'6", he's a junior, and I just think he's going to control the paint tonight inside. Tonight, the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Game Day Show has been brought to you by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Premier is a proud sponsor of high school athletics and your O'Gorman Knights. First Premier Bank Card, investing in their communities.
Tonight's Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights Game Day Show has been brought to you by Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. For more information, you can call 605-331-5121 or online at GuaranteeRoofingSD.com. Coming up next on the Knights Tip-Off Show, we'll have a priest prayer, starting lineups, and final thoughts. Stay tuned for more here on Real Presence Radio Network.
At First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, we believe the greatest investment we can make is in our customers and communities. Thanks to our industry-leading service, products, and tools, we're helping our customers reach their financial goals and achieve success. Through the generosity of our employees and leadership, we're able to support nearly 700 South Dakota organizations and nonprofits with our time, money, and resources. At Premier, we're always seeking ways to make an impact for good by investing in what matters most to you. It's the Premier way.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. They have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, you can call 605-331-5121 or online at GuaranteeRoofingSD.com.
On the Real Presence Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights Basketball is on the air. Brought to you by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation of Eastern South Dakota, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, McGuire Iron, Sioux Equipment Company, Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness, Canfield Business Interiors, the BB Agency Knights of Columbus Insurance, Barnett Lewis Funeral Home, Ide Bailey, First Premier Bank Card, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street, Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, Crossroads Book and Music.
Tip-off to tonight's game is just moments away. With all the exciting action of O'Gorman Knights basketball, let's go to the gym.
Good afternoon. We're going to get to our starting lineup shortly, but first we'll start off with a priest's prayer. Today's prayer is from Father Paul Rutten, pastor at St. Mary's Parish in Sioux Falls. Father, take us away.
This is Father Paul Rutten, the pastor of St. Mary's in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We come to you today aware of the great gift that our faith is to us, and we ask God to bless our athletes, our spectators. And so we begin in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Good and gracious God, we give you thanks and praise for the many blessings that you've bestowed upon our life. We ask in a particular way, Heavenly Father, that you may be with all of our athletes, that you may fill them with a great sense of peace and joy, that they may compete worthily, that they may be protected from any challenges, any injuries. We ask as well that those that may watch may know the gift that it is to be a fan, to celebrate the gift of victories, to know the reality of defeat, but to most importantly know your presence in our life. We ask this blessing upon each and every one of us in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
That was Father Paul Rutten, and I will join the national anthem.
Face the flag, place your right hand on your heart, and sing along as John Phillips Sousa's band plays our national anthem. All veterans and out of uniform military personnel may salute the flag.
it's time for the starting lineups for both teams. First, we have the starting lineups for our Gorman Knights, recorded by themselves. Enjoy.
Cade Moffitt, number 3, 6'3", senior, guard.
Reese Arbias, number 15, 5'10", senior, guard.
Michael Shea, number 24, 5'10", senior, guard.
Ben Renshaw, number 4, 5'11", senior, guard.
Eddie Myler, number 44, 6'6", senior, forward, center.
And now we'll get to the Watertown starters with Dawson Schmidt, Drew Norberg, Cale Stevenson, Mac Johnson, and Cole Holden.
And now here's the voice of the Knights, Isaac Struck.
So Watertown wins the tip. They'll have possession of the basketball first on the offensive end. It will be Schmidt at the top of the key. 20 seconds on the shot clock. He dribbles around, fires a pass down low to Stevenson. Stevenson off the dribble, tries to force a pass down low. Tipped and stolen away by the Knights. So Arbogast will get ready to bring it across the half-court line for O'Gorman. Tosses one over to Moffitt on the right wing. Moffitt goes off the dribble, pulls it back out. Now he'll cut his way inside the lane. Spin move, nice flick of the wrist. No good by Moffitt. Rebound goes to Stevenson, and now Watertown will bring it across half court. Off the dribble, Norberg pull-up jumper. That one too short, no good. Quick fire shot there by Norberg. Now Myler has it in transition up off the window. They're going to say the foul was on the floor. Shot went up and good, does not count.
But I like that, how Reese saw Cousin Eddie shooting down. Heads up play.
Shea will inbound it for the Knights. Passes it into Moffitt. Fadeaway jumper from the baseline. Good. Moffitt on the board early. It's 2-0 O'Gorman. Schmidt in transition. Schmidt's going to have it poked away by Renshaw. Up the floor to Moffitt. Moffitt up off the window. Easy 2. Moffitt, quick points. 4 on the board so far. The Knights lead 4-0. Watertown with possession. It'll be Stevenson. He'll hold it up top, guarded by Arbogast, tosses it over to Norberg, who goes off the dribble. Bodies Renshaw. They're going to call that one on Ben. So Renshaw will pick up his first foul, and Watertown will inbound the ball beneath their own basket. On the left side, or on the right block here, kicks it up top to Stevenson, who hands it off to Schmidt. Schmidt off the dribble, thought about a 3. He'll pull up inside, deep 2, no good. Rebound goes to Watertown. Nice turnaround shot there by Johnson. No good.
He's got some size.
Mac Johnson, the 6'2 junior, but he's got some muscles on him. Moffitt off the dribble, nearly dropped the defender to the floor. Instead gives it off to Myler, back off to Moffitt. Little give and go action. Moffitt's going to get his shot blocked. They're going to say there was too much contact there. The foul's going to go to Holden. Cole Holden's going to pick up his first foul. He's the 6' junior.
Now, Mr. Holden there, he's got a O'Gorman connection. His grandparents graduated from O'Gorman. Greg Holden and Marianne Leonards was her maiden name. Former graduates, and I'm sure they're listening because I don't see them in the crowd. I see their son Chad up there. So hi, Greg and Marianne.
Free throw good by Moffitt. He goes to the line and makes 1 of 2. He has 5 points, and it's 5-0 OG on top. Schmidt will bring it across the half-court line, pass it off to Stevenson up top now to Holden and back over to Schmidt. He'll use a screen from Johnson, drive his way inside, kick it to the corner. Stevenson 3, good. Cale Stevenson from the corner. Arbogast having a tough time getting it across half court. They need to get it across, and it's going to be a 10-second violation.
Nope, Roby calls timeout.
Oh.
He knew it.
Right
he saw
at
it. He was right. I
It's
don't know if he's blowing the whistle.
So we'll keep it here with the 30-second timeout by Coach Roby. 5-3 OG leads. Moffitt's got all 5 so far for the Knights, and a Stevenson corner 3 just put them on the board for the first time this evening.
You know, Watertown, they have 3 seniors on that team.
And two of them,
juniors.
Yep. 2 of them were the quarterback to receiver connection on the football field for the Arrows, Stevenson and
Schmidt. Holden a dang good receiver for him. And that was a hard football game. Remember that? The 2
Came
onside
all the way
kicks?
back, yep.
Oh, yeah. We let him back in that one.
So play will resume here. It'll be Arbogast bringing it across the half-court line. Watertown playing their man-to-man defense. Arbogast will bring it over to the left side, try to force one inside to Myler, instead kick it up top to Shea. Shea looks inside to Myler, and that one's going to bounce around off of Myler and out of bounds. Looked like Eddie was getting held there. No call, and the ball will sail out of bounds to Watertown. So Schmidt will get ready to bring it across half court for Watertown. It's going to be Norberg, top of the key. He'll hand it off to Schmidt. Now he'll give it up to Hamry, and now down to Schmidt. Schmidt off the baseline drive. His shot no good. Gets his own rebound, goes up, and it's good.
And that was one of our keys. We can't let him get that second shot. That's just what they did there.
Schmidt grabbed his own board, went right back up with it, and got it for two. Renshaw now will bring it across half court. Find Myler. Pass a little bit too tough at first. Then Myler got his hands on it and got fouled.
Eddie wasn't ready for it.
So Myler will head to the line for 2 free throws. Eddie is a 80% free throw shooter on the season. First one is up and good.
Couple substitutions.
So Eddie's second free throw on the way, up and good. So Myler knocks down both from the line. And now Alpers will check in for Myler. Costello in as well for the Knights.
And Matt Ing's in.
And Matt Ing.
3 fresh players.
Stevenson hands it off. They'll work it around the perimeter up top to Schmidt. Now over to Schmidt on the right wing. He'll go off the dribble with Alpers. He'll kick one down. They're going to say there was a foul called on Alpers. It must have got too much body there. So Schmidt will get ready to inbound it from down low. Hold him back in. He comes in for Stevenson. On the floor for Watertown is Norberg, Hamray, Holden, and Kranz. Schmidt has it up top. He dribbles his way inside. Floater from the elbow, no good. Gets his own rebound again. Schmidt follows his missed shot twice now, and Arbogast just smacked his head on the floor.
Oh, he went up and he landed right. Oh, ouch. Ouch.
We will take an injury timeout as Arbogast is being tended to by the trainers on the floor. We'll be back after the break. You're listening to Real Presence Radio Network.
Need repairs on gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors? Sioux Equipment Company can help. They serve Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company also offers services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment. Sioux Equipment Company at 605-334-1653 is a supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
And we're back. Reese is up. Hit his head pretty dang hard there. Oh, wish him the best.
Arbogast kind of just wincing his eyes a little bit. Looks to be like he's all right. Went up and skied for that steal, then kind of fell on his back, and when he hit the back, head kind of smacked off the floor. Hope he's all right. Looks to be okay. We'll see what his status is for the rest of the ball game. So Ang up top to Renshaw. That's a deep three from the left wing, and it's nothing but net. Renshaw on the board for the Knights. It's 10-5. They lead.
He shot that from downtown.
So Schmidt will bring it across the half-court line. He'll pass it over to Kranz, who looks inside, gets it inside. It's going to be up off the window and good for Hamry. He's the 6'4 junior. Evan Hamry on the board. Nice post move there. Sealed off the defender. And went up off the glass for 2. So now it's going to be Ing over to Shea. Thought about a 3. He'll dribble baseline. Shea in a little bit of trouble. Kicks it off to Costello. Quick fire elbow jumper, no good. The rebound bounces off the hands of Alpers and out of bounds. So Watertown will get ready to inbound the basketball. They've got their starting 5 back in, except they still have Kranz on the floor instead of Norberg now. Schmidt has it. He'll use a screen from Holden. Off the dribble, kicks it to the corner. Kranz, 3, good. The 3 is going to count, and there's going to be a foul on the floor. It's going to go against Watertown. It's going to be on Mac Johnson. So a foul away from the shot. The basket will count, and the foul is going to go to Johnson for Watertown. So a loose ball foul.
Okay, Moffitt's back in, and Myler's back in for Elpers. And Renshaw will take the breather.
So Moffitt will pass it off to Eng, who now tries to break the press. Back up top to Moffitt. Moffitt off the dribble finds Eng. Eng has it on the left wing. He'll use a screen from Costello. He'll pass it up to Costello, who swings it over to Shea. Looks inside at Myler. They'll kick it to Moffitt. Fade away 3. Front of the iron, no good. Rebound bounces around. It's going to be a scuffle on the ground.
Like football. There was a tackle there, like 6 of them on the ground.
Jump ball is going to go to the Knights. It's 10-10 here with 2:39 left in the first quarter. A little scrum on the ground there. Rugby style, about all 8 of the guys on the floor. Moffitt has it on the right corner. He'll use a screen from Myler, go off the dribble, find his way inside, up off the window for 2. Now quickly down the floor in transition. Watertown's going to get a bucket with Johnson. Beating Costello down the floor. Eng up top. He gives it over to Moffitt, who will go off the dribble. Moffitt dribbling around at the right wing, passes over to Eng. Eng up top to Costello. Thought about a quick 2, kicks it off to Moffitt. Now up top to Costello. He looks inside, doesn't like what he had, and kicks it out to Shea. Now dumps it inside to Myler. Myler off the dribble, backing down the defender, up off the window for 2. That looked too easy for Eddie Myler as he just backed his way down low. Now once again in transition, that layup's going to be no good. However, there's going to be a foul. They're losing guys in transition right now.
Watertown's quick, aren't they?
Kranz is going to go to the free throw line for 2. I think Costello's going to come out here.
We got
Ambrose and Renshaw getting ready to check in.
They are fast. The Arrows are fast.
First free throw, no good by Kranz. Subs will come in, and now it looks like Norberg will be checking in for Kranz here on the free throw attempt.
He's been 100%. He was before this game.
His second free throw on the way is good. So now Norberg will check in for Kranz. And the Knights have Ambrose, Renshaw, Shea, Moffitt, and Myler on the floor. Watertown back to their starting 5. Moffitt gets ready to bring it across half court, tosses one up to Renshaw. Renshaw will have to get it across to Ambrose, does so. Knights break the pressure, and now Ambrose has it at the top of the key. Swings it over to Renshaw. Renshaw has it on the right wing. He'll use a screen from Myler. Nearly had it poked away, kicks it off to Ambrose. Back over to Renshaw. Renshaw on the right wing, drives baseline. Fade away baseline jumper is good.
Oh, that's textbook. That's sweet.
Nice jumper there by Ben Renshaw, and it's 16-13, the Knights lead. Schmidt hands it off to Stevenson, who has it at the top of the key. Now up top to Norberg, who hands it off to Schmidt. Basically playing a little 3-man weave up top, and now Schmidt has it. Fadeaway jumper from the elbow, no good. Rebound offensively was Holden, and then he got his shot swatted away by Ambrose. Now Moffitt will bring it in transition. He'll kick it off to Shea. His corner 3, no good. Rebound bounces around. It's going to go off of Johnson. It'll stay with the Knights, who will inbound it from underneath the basket. Now Kranz will check back in for Holden.
Kind of what we thought. Boyd's a little out of wind here.
Ambrose
substitutions.
Inbounds it to Shea. Now nice high-low pass to Myler off the window for 2. Eddie Myler doing some good work down low here early on for the Knights. Schmidt up top to Kranz. His 3-pointer, no good. That didn't hit anything. He'll get an air ball chant from the O'Gorman student section as the Knights will hold for the final possession of the quarter. It's 18-13, 24 on the clock, and Renshaw will dribble things out at the top. 15 on the shot clock. The Knights will space the floor with their two posts, and Myler and Ambrose, and then Moffitt and Shea in the corners. Renshaw will go one-on-one. He'll find his way inside, dump it down to Myler. They're going to call foul beforehand. They say it was a pass, so they'll inbound the basketball from down low. So it'll be Ambrose inbounding the basketball down low. They're going to probably bring Renshaw or Moffitt here, try to get them a last-second look. They lob it up to Myler, give it off to Moffitt. Easy cut inside. Left it too short off the window. Nice tip follow by Renshaw, and they're going to call a late foul right before the buzzer went off on Myler, and that'll do it for the first quarter. So here at O'Gorman High School, the Knights lead 18-13 over the Watertown Arrows. Stay tuned for more here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness is a third-generation chiropractic practice focusing on inspiring patients to take control of their personal health and the health of their families. Dr. Eric Ferendorf, a 1999 O'Gorman alum, is a proud third-generation O'Gorman Cathedral High School graduate following in the footsteps of his grandfather and uncle, and is excited to welcome his wife Larissa to the practice. Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness is located on the northwest corner of 49th Street and Southeastern Avenue, 605-334-8000.
Hi, I'm Larry Canfield with Canfield Business Interiors. I've often been asked what differentiates Canfield Business Interiors from other companies. It's our knowledge, expertise, and over 100 years of combined experience. It's how we use our in-house design capabilities to enhance your workspace. To us, it's not just a transaction. It's about our satisfaction guaranteed philosophy that seeks a positive outcome for all. The reason we are in business is to make your space better. We get results, just like those Knights. Go Knights!
You're listening to Real Presence Radio, FM 94.5 KGWD Sioux Falls, FM 91.3 KSTJ Hartford, and FM 104.3 KSTJ LP Sioux Falls, an affiliate of the RPR Network.
So here we are getting ready to start the second quarter. It'll be Costello, Moffitt, Myler, Renshaw, and Shea.
18-13, Knights up by 5.
And then it's going to be Schmidt, Kranz, Stevenson, Hamre, and Norberg in for Watertown.
And Watertown coach is asking officials for clarification on something. So
it's going to be Watertown basketball. To come out of the break here, so there was a little bit of confusion there talking about whose basketball it should be. They were originally going to give it to O'Gorman. It should have gone to Watertown. Jacob Tupper down there working the book, had the official ruling, and it goes to Watertown. Nice dump down inside off the window for two by Hamre. He was assisted by Stevenson, who drove baseline and found him down low. Now Moffitt will bring it in transition. Myler up off the window for two. They're going to call a charge on Myler. That'll be his second foul.
Wow.
A gather step and a little too much elbow is what they must have seen there.
I didn't see no elbow come out.
So Myler will pick up his second. He'll head to the bench.
And I got trifocals. I got better glass.
Alpers comes into the game. Watertown will work it around the perimeter. Schmidt off the dribble. He'll drive inside, find a nice crease to go up off the window for two. Nice move by Dawson Schmidt. It's 18-17. Knights lead by 1. Almost a minute here into the second quarter. Renshaw off the dribble. He'll pull things up top to the right wing. Kick it off to Moffitt, who goes off the dribble and over now to Renshaw. Deep three from Renshaw. Around the rim and out, no good. Rebound goes to Stevenson. He'll push it up to Schmidt. He'll go one-on-one on the left wing. Schmidt tries to get inside. He's going to be fouled by Shea.
That'll be the 6th team foul for the Knights here in the first half. The Arrows have 5.
Lob up top is stolen away by Alpers, and then he's going to be fouled by Hamre.
Oh, Alpers got the inside position on that.
So they tried to lob it up top. Alpers jumped up and grabbed it like a tight end. and is going to be credited with the steal and then picked up the foul from Hamre, and the Knights will have the possession here. Both teams will be in the bonus from this moment on here in the first half. Dumps it inside to Alpers, kicks it out to Shea. His three from the right wing, no good. Rebound, however, it's going to be pushed away by Hamre, who will pick up his second. That'll send David to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. So,
well, Costello's going to go to the line.
That was Alpers that was fouled, and it was quite obvious that it was Alpers that got fouled. And then John just kind of sneaks his way to the free throw line.
You see Dave walk out to the baseline over there?
Alpers walks away, so John must be a better free throw shooter than Dave, as his free throw is no good.
We jinxed it.
But that was textbook. If you have a better free throw shooter, the refs aren't even paying attention. Just sneak someone else up to the line. And that's exactly what the Knights did. The ball's going to knock out of bounds down low. It's going to go to the Knights. It was Norberg trying to drive inside, got it swatted away, and then it bounced off of his knee and out of bounds.
Ambrose in for Costello. 18-17, 6:20 to go in the first half here from Bishop O'Gorman High School.
Renshaw will bring it across half court off the dribble. Tries to split it two defenders. Had it poked away, and now Norberg is going to bring it across half court. Norberg down low to Stevenson, who drives baseline. Up off the window, had it swatted away by Ambrose. And now Norberg has it to Stevenson. His three-pointer from the top of the key, no good. Rebound saved by Watertown. And now Norberg pull up two. That's good.
He's got a nice shot.
Norberg's jumper is true, and the Watertown Arrows have their first lead since the early going of the first quarter. That one just straight up thrown out of bounds by Ing. And now a timeout by O'Gorman. It's going to be a full timeout. So with 5:39 left in the second quarter, the Arrows lead here at O'Gorman High School 19-18. Stay tuned for more Knights basketball here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689. Did you know you can listen to the RPR network when you're on the go? Just search for Real Presence Radio in your app store. Listen live to any station across the network at any time, so you can stay connected to your local community from wherever you are. Plus, if you miss a program, the Real Presence Radio app is your one-stop shop for local and national podcasts, including our signature show, Real Presence Live. The Real Presence Radio app, with you every step of your faith journey.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School. The Watertown Arrows lead by 1. 19-18 here in the second quarter. Into the game for Watertown is Reese Stark. The rest of the four stay the same for Watertown. Watertown gets an offensive rebound once again. It's their third this quarter on the offensive end. Now Norberg standstill three is good. Can't let him just stand alone in the corner. He buries a three. Their leading scorer at 18 points a game on the board with a three. Now Alpers somehow saves it. It's out of bounds off of the Arrows. What a good effort there by David Alpers. So Costello will inbound the basketball to Moffitt. He drives baseline, stepped right out of bounds.
Schmidt, they only gave him 2 in that last one.
No, I think it was a 3. It was 19-18 at the break. It's going to be Stevenson up top off the dribble. Norberg over to Schmidt. They just kind of work it around the perimeter, hand it off to each other for a while, and then now Schmidt fadeaway elbow jumper, no good. Rebound into the hands of Watertown again. That's another offensive board. This time the pass is thrown away to Costello. Watertown is getting everything on the offensive end. Too many second chance points for O'Gorman and Derek Roby's liking. Costello swings it over to Moffitt. That three-pointer around and out, no good. Rebound bounces into the hands of Schmidt. Up top to Stevenson. Breakaway layup. That one's too easy.
3 Knights on the floor down there underneath the bat in the paint.
Moffitt drives baseline. He goes off the window. No good, but he'll head to the line for 2. So Moffitt will get ready to head to the line for 2 free throws. And now Roby unloads the bench with a fresh new 5. Free throw around and good for Moffitt. Derek Roby fuming on the bench right now, trying to make a statement to the players that if this 5 ain't going to get it done, I got another 5 for you. I'll raise you 1. I got the final say here.
You've been there, right?
I've been on both ends of the situation. Much more exciting when you're on the side that's getting put into the game. That shot no good by Ambrose. Bounces around. Moffitt has it. Moffitt over to Ambrose. His three-pointer, good. Chad Ambrose stands still 3. A little spark offensively right now for the Knights. Ambrose got an offensive board, went up with it, missed it. They got another offensive board and kicked it to him for a 3. Schmidt dribbling around on the right wing. He'll drive baseline. Kicks it up top to Stevenson. Stevenson blows by Ambrose. Now they're going to call a foul on Alpers. Stevenson with a quick first step got by Ambrose and then tried to go up with a crazy shot. There was a foul, however, on Alpers. That'll be his second. So Stevenson heads to the line for 2 free throws. His first is good. Landry checks in for Moffitt.
Stevenson 36% from the line.
4 of 11, now 5 of 12 on the season for Stevenson. Chance at his 13th free throw, which is good. Huners has it. He'll bring it across half court, pass it over to Eng. Eng nearly lost it, gained control of it. Now he'll drive inside, up off the window, and 1! Matt Eng with a nice move off the window. It's 26-24. Knights getting an offensive spark from this group.
We needed that little spark there. He saw that opening. He was going to take it.
So Eng at the line. His free throw attempt is good. Lead is down to 1.
26-25. Arrows on top. 3:14 to go in first half.
Schmidt has it on the wing, and now he just throws it away. Knights get to force a turnover. It's 25-26, 3:07 left. O'Gorman will have the ball. They'll get ready to inbound, but not before a substitution comes in. That's Holden for Watertown. He checks in for Stevenson. So Holden for Stevenson, and then Schmidt, Norberg, Hamry, and Stark are in for the Arrows. Now they'll come out in a zone. Landry has it on the right wing. Passes up top to Eng. His three-pointer, good! Matt Eng buries a 3, and it's 28-26. This second group that came in is really playing right now on the offensive end. Schmidt getting hounded by Landry. Now finds his way inside. Pass poked away by Huners. Nice job by Harry getting his long arms on that one. Harry's got some gorilla orangutan arms on him.
Well, you know,
they
he's a
hang just
receiver.
about down to his knees.
Football, he done pretty darn well.
Pass is inbounded to Norberg. Nearly had it poked away again by Huners. Huners will guard Norberg, and now they'll up top to Stark. Stark dribbling around up top. Passes it off to Schmidt. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. Schmidt will use a screen. He gets pressured by Alpers. He stepped out of bounds, and it's going to go to the O'Gorman Knights. Nice defensive possession there as Alpers and Landry forced the turnover from Schmidt. And now we got a timeout from Watertown.
Knights lead 28-26, 2:19 to go, and we got a 30-second timeout here in the first half.
So now we'll take a quick break. Stay tuned for more Knights basketball on Real Presence Radio Network.
At McGuire Iron, we protect and store quality water for people and communities across the country. We are family owned and operated and have been building and maintaining America's water tower infrastructure for over 100 years. We pride ourselves on using faith principles in our business practices every day. This deep faith in the church is why we support the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic School System. From all of us at McGuire Iron and the Jones family, we wish all O'Gorman students and student athletes good luck this year.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School. Ambrose just inbounded the basketball to Ing, and now the Knights will have it offensively. Ambrose thought about a three. He'll drive out, kick it off to Ing. Steps inside. Free throw line jumper is good. Boy, I tell you, Matt Ing providing a big spark again off the bench. And now Watertown finds themselves down by 4 after leading by as much as 7 earlier on in the second quarter. Stevenson in a lot of trouble down low, kicks it off to Schmidt. Schmidt off the dribble, kicks it to Stevenson. His corner three, short, no good. Rebound goes to Ing. Knights will push offensively. Ing off the dribble, pull up three, off the mark to the left, no good. A little bit of a heat check there from Matt Ing. One and done possession for the Knights. Off the dribble, Norberg off the window, no good. Rebound goes to Stark, kicks it out. Standstill three by Schmidt is good. Stark grabs the offensive board. He's only 5'7", the junior, making them pay on the offensive board. Huners up top to Landry. Landry off the dribble. He'll go off the window. That shot is good. Rush Landry off the glass for 2.
Picks up his first points of the night.
Pass is thrown away into the hands of Ing. He'll now push in transition. It's Ing. Kicks it off to Landry. He'll drive baseline up off the glass and good for 2.
Landry with 4 straight points.
Back-to-back buckets by Landry. The Knights lead by 5. 40 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Crowd's getting into it.
Pass nearly stolen away. Now Schmidt has it at the top of the key. Dribbles around between his legs, throws a backdoor pass, kicks it out. It's going to be Stark. Standstill three, rattles out, no good. Rebound, Huners, and the Knights will get the final possession of the half. They got a chance to increase this lead even more. It's at 5 right now, 34-29. Hang off the dribble. He's got Stark guarding him. Uses a screen from Ambrose. His three-pointer around the rim, no good. Rebound into the hands of Norberg. Norberg's going to send up a half quarter here. Off the back of the iron, no good. Got very close to knocking that down, but not before O'Gorman storms out to a lead again in the second quarter. 34-29 at the end of the first half. Stay tuned for the Knights halftime show here on Real Presence Radio Network after the break.
Pre-planning a funeral is a wonderful gift for families. I'm David Lewis of Barnett Lewis Funeral Home, a family-owned and operated service to the community. Our goal is to make arrangements with families comfortable when they decide what their wishes are for funeral services. I will listen to all needs and offer choices for funeral arrangements and make sure all questions are answered. Barnett Lewis Funeral Home can be contacted at 336-0707 or by going to barnettlewis.com.
Eide Bailey, a public accounting firm, provides tax, accounting, assurance, and business advisory services to clients across the nation. With offices in Sioux Falls and 40-plus locations in 15 states, Eide Bailey is the workplace for 2,500 professionals. Their firm has been serving clients for over 100 years. You can contact Eide Bailey online at eidebailey.com. Eide Bailey is a proud supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities and the Real Presence Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. They have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, you can call 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Halftime Show, brought to you by your Knights of Columbus field agents for the Sioux Falls area, Jeff Gillen, Carl Libby, David Cook, and Phil Carlson.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, where the Knights had a massive second quarter by a second group of 5 to take a 34-29 lead into the break here over the Watertown Arrows at home at O'Gorman High School. It was quite a interesting first quarter. It was a very close first quarter, and then the second quarter in the early going was all Watertown. They were making O'Gorman pay on the offensive boards. They were getting stops defensively, and they were hitting shots that gave them about a 7-point lead in the early on part of that second quarter. Then O'Gorman's coach, Derek Roby, had seen enough, and he was hot, goes right to the bench, takes out a brand new 5, just numbers them off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and sends them into the ball game. And heck, that 5 right there rebounded what was a 7-point deficit into a 5-point lead, and they took it to Watertown in that second part of the second half, or second quarter.
Well, you had Rush Landry. He picked up 4 points. Matt Ing and that
he had
group,
8 points.
8 points, and so it's like, that's the difference right there. But I tell you what, Watertown played that transition. They get back fast, and we have a hard time. One time I looked down here, there's 3 whites laying on the floor in the paint down at the far end, and here comes Watertown in transition.
Getting an easy layup.
Easy layup. And so it's really, you can just see how quick the arrows are from Watertown.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's been kind of interesting about this one is that we've kind of held their star players in check. Schmidt has 7 points, but he's had a little bit of a struggle from the field, and then Norberg has 4. I believe he's got 5. Or no, he does have 4. The free throw added the 4th, but he's only had about 2 or 3 decent looks that he got one of them to fall from the corner. But other than that, we've done a pretty good job defensively until those second chance points have come back to haunt us. They've had a couple of opportunities where it could have been a one and done, and then the ball bounces around, and then Watertown gets a wide open standstill 3, or just puts it right back up after that.
And right away, Elberts gets 2 fouls, Eddie gets 2 fouls. So that kind of takes, you don't want them picking up their third going into half.
Yeah, the wind kind of goes out of the sail once your big guys are kind of in foul trouble. John Costello came in and played pretty well to start, but then he got beat in transition once or twice defensively, and then it just seemed like our bigs are kind of not necessarily struggling, but they're just struggling to kind of get in a rhythm right now, and that's something that'll be interesting to see what will go on in the second half.
But I like, from Watertown, the press that they're putting on. I mean, here they come. Every time we stop about 2-3 feet from half court, they stop. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, boom, they're on. Watertown is great in that press.
Yeah, they really are. They're putting like that diamond pressure into a trap as soon as you cross half court. They're baiting you to use the sides, and then they try to trap you.
So coming up next, our Inside O'Gorman segment will let you know what's going on, and activities at school resumes on Monday and stuff. So that's what's next on the Knights halftime show. Stay with us.
At First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, we believe the greatest investment we can make is in our customers and communities. Thanks to our industry-leading service, products, and tools, we're helping our customers reach their financial goals and achieve success. Through the generosity of our employees and leadership, we're able to support nearly 700 South Dakota organizations and nonprofits with our time, money, and resources. At Premier, we're always seeking ways to make an impact for good by investing in what matters most to you. It's the Premier way.
At McGuire Iron, we protect and store quality water for people and communities across the country. We are family owned and operated and have been building and maintaining America's water tower infrastructure for over 100 years. We pride ourselves on using faith principles in our business practices every day. This deep faith in the church is why we support the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic School System. From all of us at McGuire Iron and the Jones family, we wish all O'Gorman students and student athletes good luck this year.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School. Now Dan Johnson will give us our Inside O'Gorman segment. What's going on around O'Gorman this week?
Well, school resumes on Monday, and I'm sure everybody just went, oh, thanks for reminding us, geez, But no, it's time to get back to school, kids. Get that education. So school resumes back on Monday. So coming up with O'Gorman this week, Tuesday, the Lady Knights will be going to Pier to take on the Lady Governors. We'll be broadcasting the game. We'll be not doing the live stream because of the situation out in Pier, but you'll still be able to listen to us. That game starts at 7 o'clock, tip-off, or pregame show about 6:35, 6:40 from Pier. Then also Tuesday night here is a show choir parents show at the Lorraine Theater. I tell you what, the show choir, that is fun to watch. And they're athletes. I mean, they are. The time that they put into their productions, that is fabulous. If you've ever been to a show choir, folks, you need to come and check out and watch your O'Gorman show choir. They're fabulous. And then Thursday night at 5 o'clock is a doubleheader at the Sioux Falls Pentagon. The boys will start at 5. We'll be on the air about 4:30, 4:35. The boys will play first at the Pentagon. It's a home game, throwback classic for the Knights. And then the girls will play after that at 8 o'clock. And then also there's gymnastics versus Madison Power and Grace at the old location on Thursday night. Friday, debate goes up to Fargo, Shanley High School in Fargo. Oral and Terp goes down to Omaha at Millard West. Next Saturday, debate is in Fargo. Show choir is down to Papillion, Clavista South in Nebraska. Wrestling invite at Brandon Valley. And then gymnastic invite at Brookings next week. And then girls basketball at Watertown next Saturday. And we'll be back here next Saturday afternoon as the boys take on the T-Area Titans. And we'll be broadcasting, video streaming that game. Keeter time, I'm guessing about 2:15, 2:30 next Saturday afternoon. So it's a big week coming up, and we're back in school, and now we're going to get at it. So
Inside O'Gorman has been brought to you by Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools. Our 6 elementary schools, junior high and high school, exemplify gospel values, strong student achievement, and community service. Our schools strive to have excellence where it counts, in faith, academics, in our community, and in the opportunities offered to our students. Visit ogknights.org to schedule a tour. Enrollment opens on February 22nd.
Stay with us. Second half is coming up. The Knights lead 34-29. You're listening to O'Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio.
When you look to the future, is the road there inevitable? It's not. That's why O'Gorman education matters. It's where you'll grow in your faith, be challenged, celebrate, and become part of a community. These are the moments that will shape your life. This is where your path will unfold. What are you waiting for? You belong in blue.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
And tonight's halftime show for the O'Gorman Knights is sponsored by the BB Agency, supporting Knights of Columbus Insurance for South Dakota and Southwest Minnesota. For life insurance, long-term retirement products, call the BB Agency at 882-8689. Strong, dependable, faith-based insurance protecting your families. And here's the second half. Here's Isaac Struck.
The Gorman started with the possession offensively, got a nice bucket by Moffitt down low. They now lead 36-29. Starting five in for both teams. Schmidt off the dribble. He's going to get body checked by Myler. That'll be his third foul. So Alpers will get ready to come in for Eddie. David for Ed. Watertown inbounding the basketball. They'll throw a lob up to Norberg. He hands it off to Stevenson. Instead, they're going to say it was poked away, and the foul is going to be called on Arbogast. Arbogast back into the lineup after taking that spill early on in the first quarter. Now Schmidt has the ball. He'll go off the dribble. Thought about using the screen. Instead, he'll kick it to Norberg. Standstill three around the rim, no good. The rebound goes to the Knights. Arbogast will push in transition here for O'Gorman. Slow things down a little bit and kick it over to Shea, who thinks about a three, kicks it off to Arbogast instead. He'll take a quick three, top of the key. That one off the mark, no good. The rebound goes to the Arrows. They'll push in transition. Arbogast tried to take a charge. Nothing called at all. And now up off the window, no good. Rebound bounces around. Holden had it, poked away into Stevenson's hand, who then got it poked away by Moffitt. It'll stay with the Arrows.
I love Reese there. If he'd have got that, that'd have been an Academy Award. That was sweet.
So Schmidt has it at the top of the key, kicks it over to Stevenson, and he'll hand it back to Schmidt. He has it on the left wing. Looks like he's going to use a screen here from Johnson. He'll drive all the way over to the right side, step back, doesn't have any shot, kicks it off to Norberg. Norberg, step back between the legs, has it poked away by Shea, then slapped forward by Shea. He'll get to it and now slow things down offensively. Kicks it off to Arbogast, who has it up top to Renshaw, and the Knights will get a possession out of it on the offensive end. Arbogast inside to Alpers. Nice control. Missed the shot. However, Pitt got a hand on the rebound. Kicked it out to Renshaw. Over to Moffitt for three. And then it was slapped out of bounds off of the knee of Alpers. Watertown possession.
Nice hustle by Alpers there.
Had a good chance at a shot there. Just missed it. Then he was able to get his hand on it before falling to the ground. And then he got another offensive board and had it poked away. Stevenson now with it on the left wing, kicks it up top to Holden, and now over to Schmidt. He'll use a screen from Johnson. Schmidt kicks it over to Holden, now over to the corner. Stevenson back up to Schmidt. Standstill three from the left wing. Too strong, no good. Rebound in transition now. Moffitt on the baseline. His shot, he's going to be fouled, and he'll head to the line for two.
That on Holden? Yep. Picks up his second.
So Moffitt will head to the line for two free throws. His free throw around and in, it's good. Moffitt's second free throw on the way. That is up and good as well. So Moffitt 2 for 2 for the line. It's a 9-point lead for O'Gorman, their largest so far of the ball game. It's 38-29, 5:36 left here in the third quarter. Watertown has the basketball, and Schmidt will hand it over to Norberg. Now Norberg to Hamry, and Hamry will dribble around and pass it off to Schmidt again. A lot of dribble handoffs in this Watertown offense, and now a pass thrown through the hands of Hamry, and now Moffitt in transition. Kicks it off to Arbogast, back to Moffitt, back to Arbogast, and up top, Moffitt has it. He goes off the dribble inside, and it's good for two. Moffitt with 13 to lead all scorers here. It's 40-29, O'Gorman on top. Off the dribble, Norberg, tough shot, too strong. Rebound goes to Alpers. Alpers in transition now. Moffitt to Shea off the window for two. Timeout Watertown, and it's 42-29, the Knights lead. It'll be a full timeout. So here with 4:50 left in the third quarter, a full timeout. Stay tuned for more Knights basketball on Real Presence Radio Network.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached by calling 605-334-1653. Again, that number is 605-334-1653.
Is there an event that you would like announced right here on the RPR Network? Please email the details at least 2 weeks in advance to Therese at realpresenceradio.com. That's Therese at realpresenceradio.com. We can help spread the word about what's happening at your parish and in your diocese. Again, that email address is Therese at realpresenceradio.com.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School. Watertown has possession of the basketball. They trail 42-29 after a strong start to the third quarter from the Knights. Schmidt hands it off to Stevenson. Up top to Hamry, who will now hand it off to Schmidt. Schmidt at the top of the key. He drives his way inside. Pull-up jumper from Schmidt around the rim and out, no good. Rebound goes to Renshaw, and Renshaw will get ready to bring it across half court. Renshaw over to Arbogast. Now Arbogast has it. He'll use a screen from Alpers. Drives inside. Stops, picks up his dribble, and kicks it across to Shea. Shea off the dribble. Now to Arbogast. His corner three. Around the rim, no good. Rebound bounces off the hands of Renshaw and out of bounds. That three swirled around the toilet bowl. Did not fall. And now Arbogast and Alpers will check out. Ing and Myler will check in. Holden coming back in for Watertown. He'll come in for Stevenson, so it's going to be Hamry, Kranz, Holden, Schmidt, and Norberg in for the Arrows.
You know, it's been 3 minutes, 50 seconds. Watertown is yet to score in this third quarter. Knights 8-0 run here in the third.
Norberg brings it across half court. Now Dawson Schmidt has it in the right corner. He'll go off the dribble, thought about a jumper, then kicks it off to Norberg, who then thought about a quick fire three, had to go off the dribble, and now Watertown will work it around the perimeter. Norberg, free throw line, elbow jumper, no good. Ball bounces off the hands of Myler and out of bounds before he was able to save it. So now Landry will get ready to check in for the Knights. He comes in for Shea. Hamry up top to Kranz. Kranz to the corner. Schmidt standstill three. That one short, no good. Schmidt kind of struggling today so far from the three-point line. The Arrows have still not scored a bucket in the third quarter. Ing has it up top. They'll set up into an offensive set here. Gives it off to Myler over to Renshaw. Renshaw will use a screen. Instead, he'll pop a deep three off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound goes to Schmidt. Schmidt up in advance to Norberg, who decides to pull it out and toss it down inside to Hamry. And now they're going to call Eddie with his third or fourth foul. I think it's going to be his fourth. No, it'll be his third.
He's going to check, come out. Alpers is going to come in. Shea's going to check back in for Moffitt. 3:09, the Knights 42, the Arrows 29. 42-29, Knights lead.
Watertown inbounds it to Hamry. He thought about going up off the window and then had it stolen away by Shea, who dove to the floor. Possession's going to stay with Watertown off the jump ball here. Schmidt inbounding the basketball, has nowhere to go with it. Nearly a 5 count, throws it up to Norberg, who has it on the left wing now. Down inside to Schmidt. He's around the free throw line, kicks it out to Kranz. His three from the left corner, off the rim, no good. Rebound to Alpers, then just launches a pass in transition, somehow saved by Shea. And it's going to go to Watertown. Norberg in transition. He's going to be hand-checked by Ing. Alpers grabbed the rebound and just tried to launch it down the floor to Shea. It was just a little too much on it. So Watertown has possession of the basketball. Arbogast checks in for Renshaw. Schmidt inbounds it to Kranz, up top to Stevenson. 2:45 left in the third quarter, 42-29. O'Gorman on top here at Sioux Falls. O'Gorman. Eng in transition, nearly threw it away to Arbogast. Then Shea just comes and collects the rebound. Knights will slow it down. Arbogast off the dribble. He'll use a screen and kick it over to Landry, now over to Eng. Quick corner three from Eng is good. Matt Eng buries the three. It's 45-29. Still a scoreless quarter for Watertown.
Almost 6 minutes.
Holden up off the window. It's good. So now we speak of it, now they make it. First basket of the second half goes to Holden, and the Arrows are down by 14. Eng finds Alpers down low off the window for two. 47-31. Nice pass there from Eng to Alpers. Fadeaway jumper by Schmidt is good. Landry brings it across the floor, hands it off to Alpers, up top to Arbogast. Arbogast checks the shot clock, will pull things out and slow it down. Hands it off to Eng, 20 on the shot clock, top of the key, now back to Arbogast. He'll dribble around up top. Knights will run a set play here offensively. Eng frees himself up and now tosses it over to Arbogast. 10 on the shot clock. Up top to Shea. Shea off the dribble. He got it poked away by Holden. They call a foul on the arm. Possession will be with the Knights here underneath the basket. Fresh 35 on the clock, 1:13 left here in the third quarter. Knights on top, 47-33. Now basically a platoon swap offensively here for the Knights. We got Alpers, Costello, Renshaw, Moffitt, and Arbogast in. Costello, trouble with the inbound, tried to throw it to Alpers, and then Alpers got tripped up from behind. Throws it away. Norberg on the left wing kicks it up top to Johnson, over to Norberg. He'll go off the dribble. Between the legs, step back move, creates some space, but not enough to get a shot. Johnson has it on the right wing. He's got nowhere to go with it and has to kick it up to Stark. Stark at the top of the key. He hands it off to Norberg. Norberg's fadeaway elbow jumper, too strong, no good. Rebound goes to David Alpers. There's about a 5-second difference between shot and game clock, and it's more of a 6-second difference. 34 seconds in the game, 24 now on the shot clock. 6-second difference. So Arbogast will hold all the way down probably to the very end of this shot clock. Now over to Renshaw, up top to Costello. Costello over to Arbogast. They look inside at Alpers. Had it nearly poked away. Now Arbogast dishes it off to Alpers. 6 on the shot clock. Arbogast is going to just have to flick something up. Moffitt has it. Moffitt thought about flicking it up and then couldn't gain any possession of it. 6.8 on the clock. Watertown will get the last shot.
Nice defense by the Arrows there. Is that the first time we've had shot clock violation this year? Maybe second.
Maybe second.
Yeah. Doesn't happen very often, does it?
So now Norberg will get ready to inbound it for Watertown. Flicks it up to Schmidt. Schmidt tried to give it to Norberg, and then they say it was a kicked ball violation, and now Shea has to go chase down the half quarter that he just launched. Watertown will keep possession here, 4.2 on the clock. Norberg to Schmidt, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Norberg, contested three at the buzzer, off the front of the iron, no good. Alpers knocks over Arbogast and Stark, and that'll do it for the third quarter. At the end of three, the Knights lead 47-33 against Watertown here at home at O'Gorman High School. Stay tuned for the rest of the ball game in the fourth quarter after the break. You're listening to Real Presence Radio Network.
Crossroads Book and Music is a local source for Catholic gifts and supplies. From rosaries and medals to books and Bibles, Crossroads is here with materials to help individuals in their walk with Christ. Crossroads also features a large line of personalized gifts that are great for weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, or any special occasion. Crossroads is located at 41st and Grange next to Camille's. Crossroads, books, gifts, music.
Hi, I'm Larry Canfield with Canfield Business Interiors. I've often been asked what differentiates Canfield Business Interiors from other companies. It's our knowledge, expertise, and over 100 years of combined experience. It's how we use our in-house design capabilities to enhance your workspace. To us, it's not just a transaction. It's about our satisfaction guaranteed philosophy that seeks a positive outcome for all. The reason we are in business is to make your space better. We get results, just like those Knights. Go Knights!
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School. The Knights will have possession to open up the fourth quarter. Arbogast has it at the top of the key. He'll go off the dribble. Watertown in a zone defense. Knights working around the perimeter. Off it over to Myler, over to Arbogast. Swings it to the corner. Renshaw catch and shoot three. Too short, no good. Rebound by Eddie Myler, who then tried to go up off the window. He got fouled, then kicked out of it for a pass.
Did you see his face? That drive determination by Cousin Eddie there. Wow. He wanted that basket bad.
Myler hands it off to Moffitt. Step back three is good. 50-33. The Knights have control of this one. They lead by 17 here in the fourth quarter.
Moffitt's got 16 on the afternoon.
Off the dribble is Schmidt. Kicks it out to Norberg. Standstill three is good. That one, nothing but the bottom of the net. Norberg shoots a line drive jumper that doesn't get much airtime, but when it goes in, it swishes hard. Renshaw up to Shea, and Shea will slow things down to Arbogast. Arbogast at the top of the key, passes it off to Renshaw. Renshaw looks like he's going to use a screen from Shea. Instead, he'll dump it off to Myler inside. Had it stripped out of his hands by Stevenson. And now Norberg goes off the dribble, finds his way into the lane. His jumper no good. It was too short off the front of the rim, then knocked out of bounds by Johnson, and it will go to the Knights.
Kranz is in now for the Arrows.
Knights moving the ball across half court with some pace here. Then Renshaw will dribble around, kick it inside to Myler. Too hot off the hands for Myler, and then it's going to wind up in the hands of Norberg. Myler having a tough time today catching the ball off of the dishes, especially from Renshaw.
Well, they throw him like a bullet.
Wilson's shot is going to roll, and they're going to say no, it was on the floor before the catch. Wilson got his shot up, it rolled around the rim and went in.
That'll be Eddie's fourth foul of the afternoon, so he's going to take a breather here with 6:14. Knights up 50-36. Watertown have the ball under the basket.
Three from the corner, Norberg. That one way off the mark, off the side of the rim. Rebound, however, goes to Watertown, and now they'll have a fresh 35. It's been a tough day defensively for the Knights on the boards. Renshaw's going to get called for the foul.
That'll take them to the line, won't it?
Renshaw, blood on his hands somewhere, so he'll have to go take a quick break.
No, it's 6-team foul.
So Watertown will have the ball right here with 5:52 on the clock in the fourth quarter. They trail by 14. A bucket here for Watertown would be huge. Johnson has it, hands it off to Schmidt. Schmidt having a rather tough day from the field. Kicks it over to Stevenson, his corner three. That one way too short. Rebound goes to Alpers and the Knights. Arbogast will bring it across half court. He says he's going to slow things down. Hands it off to Eng. Eng, pull up three. Good. Matt Eng has 14 on the afternoon.
That's his third three.
Schmidt off the dribble, finds his way into the lane up top to Norberg. Norberg has it, Shea guarding him. He'll toss it off to Johnson. Then a backdoor cut from Stevenson. His shot was no good. However, they're going to say Eng fouled him on the way up. So Stevenson will head to the line for 2 free throws. First one is good. He's been to the line already once tonight. He was 2 for 2 there. Now make it 3 for 3 on the evening for Stevenson from the line. Second free throw, no good, and the rebound goes to Alpers. 16-point lead for the Knights. Now Moffitt in transition. Up off the window and one.
Call Johnson on that foul. Yep.
Johnson will pick up his 4th foul of the evening, and Moffitt will head to the line for a +1 opportunity. He's got 18 on the night to lead all scorers. Chance to make it 19, and he does. So now Holden will check into the game for Johnson as Johnson has his 4th.
That's going to hurt that inside. Johnson, 6'2", has got some size to him, like a linebacker, and that's going to hurt the Arrows now, the last 5 minutes of the game.
19-point lead for the Knights. Stevenson across half court, tosses it over to Schmidt. Schmidt has it on the left wing. Schmidt off the dribble, finds his way inside. He got it poked out of his hand. They're going to say there was a foul on the ground. I think it's going to go to Moffitt. It will. So Schmidt will head to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity for the Arrows. First free throw up and around the rim and good. Off the front of the rim, off the backboard, and then fell back in. 56-38. Renshaw gets ready to check back in. He just got his hand taped up after the blood. Free throw is good, and now he'll check into the game for Arbogast.
Hope that's not his shooting hand.
It's his offhand.
Good.
Got some black tape on there, some black athletic tape, basically just to stop the bleeding. Ing in transition. Thought about a pull-up jumper, then kicks it off to Renshaw. Over to Ing. Standstill 3 in the corner is good. Matt Ing is just knocking down threes. He's got 17 on the evening, his 4th of the ball game. Off the dribble, Schmidt can't get it to go. Now Alpers will bring it across half court. Moffitt in transition, slows things down, up off the window, good for 2. Moffitt has 21, he's into the 20s. Norberg dribbling around, thought about a pull-up 3, had it poked away by Renshaw, and it will stay with Watertown.
The Knights are gradually taking this one away from the Arrows.
So Schmidt has the ball at the top of the key. He'll go off the dribble, then kicks it over to Kranz, up top to Norberg. 4 minutes left in the ball game. It's a 22-point lead for the Knights, 61-39 over the Arrows. Stevenson off the dribble, finds his way inside the lane. Nice move, couldn't get the layup to fall. And now Ambrose just throws that pass away. Bad pass there from Ambrose. Tried to find Alpers. It was a nice idea. Just the pass, however, came out of the hands funky, and it was well too short. Now Ambrose is going to foul Schmidt on the baseline. Schmidt up and got the shot to go. He'll head to the line for the and one. Tough sequence of events there for the Knights. Could have had a layup in transition. Now they give up a layup and a foul.
And Watertown's going to call a timeout here. Gorman 61, the Watertown Arrows 41. 3:34 left in regulation. We're going to take a break. You're listening to Real Presence Radio.
Real Presence Radio is now on Amazon devices. To listen to your station, just ask Alexa to enable the Real Presence Radio skill and use a phrase like,
Alexa, tell Real Presence Radio to play Sioux Falls.
Or,
Alexa, ask Real Presence Radio to play FM 94.5.
You can also visit the Alexa Skills Marketplace and search for Real Presence Radio to enable it. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere, now on your Amazon devices.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School. Dawson Schmidt at the line for Watertown. He's got an and one opportunity here. One free throw on the way. 61-41 with 3:34 left in the fourth quarter. Free throw around the rim, no good. Rebound goes to Alpers. This one's been controlled mainly by the Knights here in the second half. They jumped out to a big lead in the third quarter and haven't surrendered it since, and in fact have just built on the lead. It's up to 22 at its highest. It's 20 right now.
It's been all night since the middle of the second quarter.
They got that big spark from that new fresh 5
Side
in that
out.
second quarter. Renshaw off the dribble, uses a screen from Alpers, has it alone at the top of the key. 5 seconds on the shot clock. He got fouled by Holden. That's the last thing that you want to do for Watertown is foul when there's 6 seconds on the shot clock. Now O'Gorman gets a fresh 35 to run off again.
That's 4 on Holden. I thought he had 4 earlier.
Renshaw, pull-up jumper, good. Nice move by Renshaw. He's got 7 on the night. It's 63-41 with 2:50 on the clock. Holden has it. He tries to find a pass inside to Stevenson, had it poked away. In transition, Renshaw to Alpers. Tipped off the hands of Alpers, then out of bounds. Winds up in the hands of Renshaw. Easy layup off the glass. It's good. Timeout O'Gorman. It's going to be a full timeout. I think they're going to get some subs into the game. We'll head it to a break. So with 2:34 left, 65-41 Knights lead. Stay tuned for the closeout of this one on Real Presence Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Larry Canfield with Canfield Business Interiors. I've often been asked what differentiates Canfield Business Interiors from other companies. It's our knowledge, expertise, and over 100 years of combined experience. It's how we use our in-house design capabilities to enhance your workspace. To us, it's not just a transaction. It's about our satisfaction guaranteed philosophy that seeks a positive outcome for all. The reason we are in business is to make your space better. We get results just like those Knights. Go Knights!
You're listening to Real Presence Radio, FM 94.5 KGWD Sioux Falls, FM 91.3 KSTJ Hartford, and FM 104.3 KSTJ LP Sioux Falls, an affiliate of the RPR Network.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, 65-41. Dawson Schmidt will bring it across half court for Watertown. Knights on top have their largest lead of the ball game. Holden hands it off to Schmidt. Schmidt, backdoor pass to Stevenson. His shot is blocked, but there's going to be a foul on the floor. I think it's going to go to Moffitt. They're going to discuss if this was perhaps a goaltending. I don't think it was. I don't think the shot was going to go in, but Alpers went up to block it and got his hand stuck in the net. They're going to count the basket on a goaltend. So basket counts, 65-43, Knights on top of the Arrows. Free throw good by Stevenson, who's been good at the line for them so far this evening, continues to add on to his total. Renshaw to Shea. Shea dribbling around at the top of the key. Into the game right now for the Knights is Harry Huners.
With those long arms.
Huners has it at the top of the key, now up to Moffitt. Moffitt over to Shea, 15 on the clock. Renshaw in the corner, wrap-around pass up top to Huners, over to Moffitt. 7 seconds on the clock. Moffitt drives inside, up off the window, his shot no good. He's going to be fouled, and we'll head to the line for 2 free throws. Now they'll empty the bench. It'll be a couple of new Knights into the game, including Radley Monty. And Manny Struck in for O'Gorman.
Who was that?
Manny Struck.
Yeah, there we go. Number 31.
And Costello will check in as well. So it's going to be, let's see here. It's going to be Costello, Monty, Struck, Moffitt, and Huners. Couldn't see underneath the basket there. Landry looks like he's going to check in as well. He should come in for Moffitt, and the missed free throw into the hands of Moffitt. And Moffitt kicks it over to Huners, over to Struck on the wing. He drives baseline, kicks it over to Monty. Wide open 3 from the corner. That one no good. Rebound goes to Watertown, who has a brand new 5 for them in as well. It's going to be Rodon up top to Stark, over to Kranz, who swings it over to Hamry. Back up top to Kranz. A minute 20 left in the ball game. 65-44, Knights on top. Stark drives baseline. And now there's 10 seconds on the shot clock off the dribble. Watertown's going to have to get a look here. 5 seconds on the clock. Hamry driving inside off the glass. No good. Rebound goes to Costello. Landry will just check in here for Moffitt, and things will continue to roll.
Under a minute.
59 seconds to be exact on the clock. Monty has it up top. He'll go off the dribble, hand it off to Struck. Struck looks inside, will kick it over to Huners. Works it around to Landry. Landry off the dribble, kicks it to the corner to Struck, who looks inside, now dumps it off to Huners. Huners has it, kicks it over to Monty. He goes off the dribble, kicks it up top to Landry. 10 seconds on the clock. Tries to throw a pass to Huners. It was poked away by Kranz. Now Watertown trying to get a shot. It's going to be blocked away by Struck and out of bounds.
He went straight up on that one too. Nice move.
Watertown inbounds the basketball. 25 seconds left in the ball game. It's going to be Stark dribbling around at the top of the key. Zog now up top to Stark, over to Kranz, dumps it inside. Hamry ran into Costello, and then that shot up by Stark. He's going to be fouled by Monty. It'll go to the line for 2 shots. Shot is good by Stark.
And we got another timeout here. We're going to get...
At this time, I'd like to recognize Coach Roby. For 9.1 seconds, it looks like he will have his 500th career victory.
So Coach Derek Roby picks up his 500th career victory for the O'Gorman Knights. They'll hold a little timeout here to give him a standing ovation. The Watertown fans in attendance applaud Coach Roby. So 9.1 left. Stark will get ready to still shoot his free throw.
Brett, did you know that? Oh, come on. Brett.
Oh, yeah. Roby wouldn't tell a soul about that.
No, that's true. He wouldn't.
So it's going to be Rad Mooney bringing it across half court for the Knights.
That kid can shoot too. I watched him earlier.
Rad just dribbles it out and hands it off to the official. Official tells him not to shuffle his feet. Not pick up the travel to end the ball game. So that'll do it here at O'Gorman High School. Knights capitalize on the Watertown Arrows, picking up Derek Roby's 500th career victory in a 65-46 win. Stay tuned for the Knights post-game locker room show after the break. You're listening to Real Presence Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. They have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, you can call 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
At First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, we believe the greatest investment we can make is in our customers and communities. Thanks to our industry-leading service, products, and tools, we're helping our customers reach their financial goals and achieve success. Through the generosity of our employees and leadership, we're able to support nearly 700 South Dakota organizations and nonprofits with our time, money, and resources. At Premier, we're always seeking ways to make an impact for good by investing in what matters most to you. It's the Premier way.
Hi, this is Brett Byler, Area Account Executive with Real Presence Radio. Did you know the signal of Real Presence Radio reaches an audience of over 2.4 million people across North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Wyoming? Have you ever thought about running radio spots on the RPR network? We want to partner with you to help gain exposure for your business in front of a very faithful customer base. To find out more about the options, please call me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Locker Room Show. Now, back to the gym.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, where the Knights just picked up a 65-46 victory over the Watertown Arrows. And it was a game that was kind of a battle for the early going of that first quarter and into the second. And then from that halfway point of the second quarter, when that fresh five got in for the Knights, they controlled it throughout, built the lead up to as much as 24, and then they ended up winning by 19 over a pretty darn good Watertown Arrows team, who can be dangerous if this team was able to shoot better than they were tonight, missed a couple opportunities, but if they were able to knock down some of those shots, it would have been a much closer ball game.
But I thought Watertown did an excellent job pressing in that first quarter and beginning of the second quarter, and was causing havoc. And all of a sudden, Roby's like, that's enough. Let's get a new, like you said, fresh five side out, just like in hockey, and boom. And all of a sudden, there's that spark. Landry had back-to-back. Ing had a three in there. You know, it was just kind of like, okay, this is it. And the Knights kind of took control of the game in the middle of the second and controlled all the way through. And the big thing to me is the key is Watertown went 5 minutes and 50 seconds in the third quarter without scoring. And when you do that and you play an 8-minute quarter, you're not going to win you're not going to win that ball game.
No, absolutely not. And credit to O'Gorman's defense for stepping up, like you said, in that third quarter. They played a really sound quarter defensively and then took care of business on the offensive end. They were kind of in more of a rhythm, I would say, offensively, and it helped with that second quarter when Eng kind of caught fire and knocked down some threes, but then it led into that second half, even with guys like Eddie in foul trouble, or even Alpers is in a little foul trouble. They were still able to find their way inside, kind of drive inside, get some movement going. It was a pretty well-rounded offensive game. We definitely shot better from the field than we did when we played Yankton a couple weeks ago.
But we rebounded better in the second half than we did the first half.
Oh, yeah. The first half, we were giving up way too many second-chance opportunities, and then that was basically cut in half, if not almost eliminated in that second half on the offensive boards. So a much better second half defensively, rebounding as well.
No, I was impressed, and Roby played the bench. Everybody got in tonight, this afternoon and stuff, and it was a good outing for the Knights this afternoon. 65-46 over the Watertown Arrows.
So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get to our Pizza Ranch Player of the Game, sponsored by Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street. Stay tuned for the rest of the Knights Locker Room Show here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached by calling 605-334-1653. Again, that number is 605-334-1653.
Did you know you can listen to the RPR network when you're on the go? Just search for Real Presence Radio in your app store. Listen live to any station across the network at any time, so you can stay connected to your local community from wherever you are. Plus, if you miss a program, the Real Presence Radio app is your one-stop shop for local and national podcasts, including our signature show, Real Presence Live. The Real Presence Radio app, with you every step of your faith journey.
Welcome back to Gorman High School. The Knights just picked up a 65-46 victory over the Watertown Arrows. So now we're going to get to our Pizza Ranch player of the game, and that's going to go to sophomore Matt Eng, who basically sparked the huge run in the second quarter that the Knights had that eventually propelled them into the lead, and they never surrendered it throughout. So Matt Eng is going to get that player of the game. Now we're joined by head coach Derek Roby.
Hey, congrats on the 500. We didn't have any idea, buddy.
Just means I'm old.
I know. Well, you're
How
not
did I know he was going to say that?
You're not as old as me, so.
It just means I'm old as dirt. That's what that means. I told the guys afterwards, it's pretty cool, but I told the guys afterwards, I said it'd be a lot bigger deal if we're 519, if you know what I mean.
Correct.
I'm going to be a lot more excited if we're 19 wins from now, if you can do the math. Okay, do you want me
I don't know if he's going to. Yeah, why don't you draw him a picture? Because I don't know if he can handle that.
Okay, let's talk about the game a little bit. First half, the Knights, we came out 5-0, and all of a sudden they back in, and all of a sudden they start pressing, and it kind of takes us out of sync there. And then we get to the second quarter. All of a sudden you call side out, clean out the 5. You put in Elpers, Huners, Landry, Ing, Ambrose. There's that spark, and we were in control after that.
It's funny you mentioned that. I told our guys just 2 minutes ago in the locker room, I said the game was won because of those that second group. And I hate to call them the second group, but the guys that just gave that spark.
Correct.
And it was just, we were frustrated as a coaching staff because we're just better than what we were doing. Fundamentally, I talked about at the beginning of the game, I said, Watertown is so well coached and they do such a good job of staying solid fundamentally. I said that, we have to, again, do a better job on the boards. We have to play, defensively on our end. We have to play sound fundamentally, and we weren't doing that. We were giving up one possession after the other. We're giving up a long rebound, and then of course they're knocking down a shot because we're giving them 2 or 3 opportunities to do that. You can't do that against a really good Watertown group, and it wasn't our bigs. Our bigs were trying to get the handle on it. It was our perimeter guys just turning and looking at the basket without making contact, and so we were a little frustrated on that end, and we just said, you know what, guys, I always say this, and Isaac will vouch for this, we got guys, and if you're not going to do your role, we got other guys that will. And tonight was pretty evident of that because we gave that second group an opportunity to come in and give us a huge spark, and that won the game for us.
Then you come back at half. Reese comes back. Thank God. He took a hard hit over here.
He did.
And Reese comes back, and all of a sudden Watertown doesn't score for just shy of 6 minutes there. And I thought that's, we started the second, but that second half there, when they didn't score, we were getting it, and all of a sudden we started taking and going away with it.
I thought the same thing. And Reese is a tough competitor. But yeah, he took a nasty fall right there, and obviously our trainer Tiffany checked, was able to get medically check him out and all that kind of stuff, and they gave him the green light the second half, and he did some good things.
So what can you take away from tonight's game? I mean, eventually we got it controlled and ended up winning by about 20, but what can you take away from this game leading into the big schedule coming up ahead of us?
Well, I mean, we have to do a better job of breaking the press. If you saw it today, we went from a kind of an odd front press break to a 5 on a dice look, we call it, and we're still having issues, but it wasn't as bad as the last couple games, so we have to continue to play harder. Defensively, I think that's pretty evident. Again, some of our guys think, well, I'm playing well because I'm scoring well, and they don't realize that they're also giving up things defensively. Well, to me, I tell our guys all the time, I said, I don't care if you're scoring. We got guys that'll score. We need to find 5 guys that'll gut check and, get after somebody on the defensive end and dive after loose basketballs, get the rebound, those kind of things. Do the dirty work, if you want to call it that, in basketball. So, bottom line, we just have to play better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next game is Thursday night, Throwback Classic. First, we play at 5 o'clock at the Pentagon against Roosevelt, which we just played, 2.5 weeks ago?
Yeah, that's true. And I don't know if it's a throwback night. I just think it's a regular game. It's just our home game. Now, it could be a throwback. I know, like you said, in the years past, it's been that throwback game, and I guess I kind of need to figure that out because we got the green Cathedral jerseys if we're going to wear them. But I think it's just our home game, but yet it's at the Pentagon. But it should be a fun atmosphere. The girls play after us, and obviously they'll bring in a great crowd as well. And looking forward to getting on that court like always and showcase some of these guys because they really are playing hard. They're doing some really good things, and you know what? They're a joy to coach and be around. I'm excited for them.
Well, congrats on the 500th and Happy New Year.
Hey, thank you much.
So head coach Derek Roby, after the Knights picked up a 65-46 win over the Watertown Arrows. Stay tuned for more from the Knights Locker Room Show here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio is now on Google Assistant devices, including Google Home, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To start this action, say something like, "Okay Google, talk to Real Presence Radio." It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, "Play Sioux Falls," or "Play AM 970," or "Play WWEN." From there you can use words like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere, now on Google Assistant devices.
Real Presence Radio will be broadcasting an estimated 42 Sioux Falls O'Gorman girls and boys basketball games from the middle of December 2020 to the middle of March 2021. Tune in to the RPR network on 94.5 FM Sioux Falls, 91.3 FM Hartford, online at yourcatholicradiostation.com, and on YouTube at Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls. If your business would like to sponsor our O'Gorman basketball broadcast, contact me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
When you look to the future, is the road there inevitable? It's not. That's why O'Gorman education matters. It's where you'll grow in your faith, be challenged, celebrate, and become part of a community. These are the moments that will shape your life. This is where your path will unfold. What are you waiting for? You belong in blue.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring salad bar, pizza, and chicken. Pizza Ranch has a spacious dining room as well as 8 party rooms to fit any size group. You can also order online and they will bring the experience to you. Pizza Ranch, located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street, can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, where the Knights just picked up the victory over the Watertown Arrows. Tonight's Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights Player of the Game is brought to you by Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls. Pizza Ranch are proud sponsors and supporters of the Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools and the Real Presence Radio Network. So that was, once again, our Player of the Game before Derek Roby came and congratulated him on his 500th win. It was Matt Eng who sparked that second quarter run that we had mentioned earlier on.
And now we bring in our producer extraordinaire that missed Roby's 500th win. Here's Brett Byler with the scoreboard update. What's going on? Brett?
Well, thanks for throwing me under the bus, Dan.
Well, you got to give you a hard time, buddy. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So AA boys, a lot of games going to start shortly after right now, actually at 5 o'clock, Grand Forks, Red River. In North Dakota is at Aberdeen Central. At 7 o'clock, Huron boys are at Roosevelt. That should be a good one. Spearfish boys is at Hot Springs. Sturgis Brown at Lee Deadwood. The Battle of Rapid City tonight. Rapid City Central boys at Stevens at 8 o'clock. Douglas at Harrisburg tonight as well. And freshman A boys won 48-45. The JV boys won 59-56. Our freshman B won 49-38. And our sophomore boys also won. So it was a clean sweep in all 5 games. AA girls, Douglas and Harrisburg going on right now. No score to report. At 5 o'clock, we have 3 games in AA girls. Mitchell at Brandon Valley. Aberdeen Central at Grand Forks, Red River, North Dakota. Watertown at Pierre. Rapid City Central at Rapid City Stevens at 6 o'clock. That should be a packed house at Stevens. Spearfish at Hot Springs at 6. Sturgis Brown at Lee Deadwood at 6. And finally, Roosevelt Girls at Huron at 7 o'clock tonight.
Okay, our next broadcast will be Tuesday night from Pier. The Lady Knights take on Pier. That game's at 7. We'll be on the air about 6:40. And then we'll be back on next Thursday night live from the Pentagon Heritage Court, where it's a home game for the Knights. And the boys will take on Roosevelt at 5. And the girls will play the second game at 8. Tip-off or pregame about 4:35, 4:40. Final thoughts, Brett?
Just a good win for O'Gorman. That second unit changed the tide of the game about the 4 or 5 minute mark of the second quarter. And Coach Roby always says, as Isaac will attest, the last 4 minutes of the second quarter and the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, that 8-minute stretch, wins you a lot of ball games, and that's what won it tonight for O'Gorman.
Isaac?
Yeah, absolutely. And it was impressive to see how those guys responded after not necessarily getting benched, but when you have that next group come in and provide a huge spark, then when it's your turn to take back over the reins, if you will, they didn't back down at all. They weren't playing a little nervous to get pulled out, if you will, or anything. They came right back in and took charge of that thing to start the third quarter, and those starters picked up what those second guys left off, and they built on the lead, and it continued to grow throughout. So an impressive win all around.
Now, my point on that is how many teams have that caliber that can do that, can swap that 5 out and do that spark. That's right. That's
good luxury to have, right?
The luxury,
there.
and we have that luxury.
And congrats to Coach Roby on his 500th career victory. What a career he's had. A great person too. So congrats to Coach Roby.
So the final this afternoon, the O'Gorman Knights 65, the Watertown Arrows 46. On behalf of Brett Byler, Isaac Struck, I'm Dan Johnson. Happy New Year. We'll talk to you Tuesday night from Pier. God bless.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights basketball has been brought to you in part by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation of Eastern South Dakota, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, McGuire Iron, Sioux Equipment Company, Ferendorf Family Chiropractic and Wellness, Canfield Business Interiors, the BB Agency Knights of Columbus Insurance, Barnett Lewis Funeral Home, Ide Bailey, First Premier Bank Card, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street, Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, Crossroads Book and Music.
The preceding O'Gorman Knights activity has been a special presentation of the Real Presence Radio Network.